If you don't like this show, I don't know what's wrong with you. That was awesome! 39 hours, season 2, episode 4, the third one of the actual tournament fishing. And all I gotta say is, wow, it was like animals everywhere. The squirrels stole the show. I'll give Team Manitoba a close second on today's episode because they saw a couple beavers when they're fishing too. But man, what a great show! There was some really cool things like the sturgeon jump, catching that big mouth buffalo. Man, that was a fun one to watch. That's my initial reaction. Is there were some great points that Team Manitoba got today, and some big fish when they were trolling for the king salmon. Yeah, it was fun to watch. Let's start with Team Acme Kalins because that's first alphabetical order. They got 2 points today and lost another one, so they're at 4. That was a good king salmon, a good coho salmon, but they didn't get a brown, which I really thought they needed. They didn't get a big steelhead, which I thought they really needed. So it was kind of a good and bad day. They lost a point, gained a point, and they're with 4. The one silver lining is, well, coho are delicious, and that's a good meal. Another thing is, Peric is dragging. Hadia, the older guy, is keeping Peric awake, telling him to dance and stuff. That was pretty funny, but yeah, it wasn't as good as they could. They caught the Grand Slam in the Great Lakes if you can catch 5 different species of fish, and they only caught 2. The Grand Slam would be a laker included in that with a brown, a steelhead, a king, and a coho. They got 2 of those today. Team Dakota Lithium, the Thieves. Man, that was cool in the sturgeon jump. That was a big sturgeon. That's going to be hard to target because, I believe one of the rivers is off limits for fishing in by the dams for Team Manitoba. So beating that sturgeon is going to be tough. And then they stole another point. So they're thieves today by getting a couple points from Team Manitoba and then putting it on their board with some bigger points. That was a good day. That was a crazy scene where they got on shore and then got back in the boat so they didn't lose that sturgeon on the snag. Oh, that was hairy. That was crazy. Konrad's look a little tired, though. I see him drinking their Starbucks. I don't know if they can make it the whole 60 hours of the 39 hours, the 3 days, So, man, stay strong. Come on, you were my pick. I don't know if I can stay with you. If you can't stay awake, Konrad, you get a little loopy. Not that that's a bad thing. It makes it very entertaining. Team Manitoba was crushing it again today. They did get a couple points stolen from them, but I love something that they said. They said that bottom feeders need love too. I believe that any fish in the water that'll take your bait is a fish worthy of. Buffalo are tough. That plague of buffalo coming up the river, I've seen that before. That's so cool that they got that on camera. That is so neat. And catching it on the fly, that was awesome too. Man, that was fun to watch. That was really cool to see. And then to go get the moon eye point and the rock bass point. Team Manitoba hasn't really even challenged other people's fish yet. If the second half has involved them trying to steal points, man, it's going to get nuts. And they're doing really good already. It was hilarious when they said, well, I hope we finish in the top 4. It doesn't look like that right now, man. They are looking stronger and stronger every period, knowing where to go, using Google Earth to find the ripples in the water so they can find fish. I mean, they're on it right now. The things they're doing are working out. A couple of funny lines that I really liked was when they were talking about going to McDonald's and one of them had a coupon. Another thing that I wrote down that I thought was really cool is just how Weeb was explaining fly fishing and how you just take out a little bit instead of like the big rips that you see, I guess, on TV. Just the little tutorials as you're watching this show are really, really valuable, at least for me who likes to catch different species of fish. I mean, that's just really cool seeing all these fishermen and all the different things that they share as it goes. So that was really cool that they're doing that during a tournament, like helping us, the viewer, to catch more fish. And we'll close with Team Tackle Box Lottery. I used to say that those twins were my pick to win. I'm switching now. But mainly because Taro comments on my videos and he watches them. Yeah, I see you, Taro. You're killing it. They did a great job upgrading the steelhead and getting a white bass. They call them silver bass where they are. Those points, though, I get their worry. They're not giant fish. Those could get stolen. So they did a great job. I thought it was funny that Paul Rudd, I'm calling him Paul Rudd because of that master angler Rudd they caught. I don't even think there is a master angler Rudd where they are. But, man, that was a big fish. Anyways, Paul trying to cheer up Taro. He's dragging a little bit. You can see fatigue creeping in on all these people. It's hurting them right now. This is a long fishing tournament, and these guys are getting tired. But anyways, they did a great job again this round, but their points are a little bit not safe. That leads me to my last thing, my final impressions for this episode. It's going to get nuts. There's a lot of points out there that could get stolen. There's perch that's available still. There's white bass. There's steelhead or rainbow trout that can get moved, and those points are going to get flip-flopped. So there's a lot of points out there. The one thing I got to know is, did you release the SQUIRREL Team Tackle Box Lottery? Is it still in the boat? You're kind of leaving that as a cliffhanger. I mean, what's going on with that? Yeah, so my final thoughts, though, there's a lot of points out there that still could get stolen, and there's still some fish that haven't been caught. I know there's brown trout still out there. I know there's muskies still available for Acme Keelans, although those are tough fish to catch. They didn't catch a splake this episode, so there might be some. I know there's tiger trout somewhere that these people can catch. So there's a lot of points still on the board, and there's some sway points still in there that can flip-flop. And the leaderboard is still tight. I mean, you saw people stealing fish. You know, the sucker point got stolen from Team Acme Keelans, and I thought they had a good sucker. So it was a crazy episode. I loved it. Man, and we're only halfway through. Fatigue is going to play a big point. Who can manage themselves and not be so tired in the later rounds is going to be big. I'm guessing some people are going to like pass out on the boat the way things are going, and we're only halfway. It's great. Thanks for watching. Push all the good buttons. Keep watching 39 Hours. If you're a fan of the show, promote it. Put it on Reddit and your favorite fishing forums and all that. I know I'm doing that because I want to see season 3. I want these episodes all the time. This is great to watch. I'm glad you're watching these videos, and I'll see you on the next episode reaction. All right, keep fishing, guys. Stay strong.